Get a thumbs up. How y'all doing this morning? Y'all good? Super early, huh? I'm like the first teacher. The Sanaa camps. Everybody's like, it's like kind of moved to 1 p.m. Huh? I asked them, they told me no, so it's okay. So this is, they call it like a video editing class, but it's interactive. If you want to say something, have any input, or if you know any types of shortcuts or whatnot that you've experienced or like you've dealt with, feel free to chime in. Don't hold back. Had a question, just ask me. A little bit about myself. I was born in Mississippi, and me and Darian went to middle school, high school, college together. He moved to New Orleans. I was still in Hattiesburg, and when he moved to New York, then I moved to New Orleans. So we barely missed each other. I am a musician and also an educator, teacher at Warren Eastern Charter High School. So, personally, I think that video editing, even if it's on like a small level, is like super important just so you can advocate for yourself online. I guess you all saw this past year how that was necessary because you couldn't make the personal contact like we usually can, and the networking. So I personally think that video editing is a very important skill set to have. And the earlier you start with it, the better. And it seems to me like there's just like one large, like, y'all know what a Venn diagram is? Does everybody know what a Venn diagram is? Okay. All right, there we go. Did everybody hear that? Yeah, those look like, whoa, what is that? Yeah, it's like video editing is like one big Venn diagram. Once you learn this program well, you will see different, things kind of start to bleed over into other programs. So it's, that's why I said I think that the earlier you get started, the better. It's never too late to start. I don't want to discourage you to like not start, but obviously there's several different ways you can do video editing, and a lot of people I see are just using their phones. And like we're using our computers right now for the most part. So I think the reason that computers come in handy because, as you all know, the ones who edit their videos on phone, it's limited. It's only so much you can do. Only so many things that you can stack. Only so many different effects you can use. Like so large the things are. Like you can't import something like a 4K video that's 12 gigabytes to your phone, and try to crank that out, and then you got to try to upload that and whatnot. So yeah, I personally think that computers they give you more bang for your buck when you get into the heavy duty sort of video editing. And it's all kinds of programs on your phone. One, if you all have an iPhone, which I'm pretty sure some of you have an iPhone. Does anyone use iMovie on their iPhone already? You do? All of you all do? Yeah, somewhat. Seth, you the one that you did the video editing for your church, right?
Yeah, I did a lot on my phone for a while, so I know how it works and everything, but for most of the part, I did iMovie for a summer. I did like a lot of clip grabbing, stacking different audios, and then I had to like edit videos for like a little Bible school, vacation Bible school thing. So I did a lot of like editing stuff.
Okay. Awesome. Anyone else have any experience with any of these programs, even if it's on like a basic level? Brandon? Okay. So does anyone use Final Cut Pro? Okay. Matthew, how much experience do you have with Final Cut Pro? Are you like cranking out a lot of videos? You getting paid by like Pixar or something, or what's your level here?
I'm playing around with it a little bit, but I have what do I have? Final Cut Pro and like Adobe Illustrator, After Effects, and the other ones too.
Yeah, okay. Well, today, for obvious reasons, we're just going to start from the ground and kind of work our way up here, and it's going to be a lot of things that a lot of you already probably know, and some that you don't know, and and vice versa. Okay. So, the two programs I use primarily are Final Cut first, then I use iMovie also. So I know some people run into an issue with iMovie sometimes. So I'm going to actually start sharing my screen. Oh, okay. Either Darren or Greg, can I get permission to share the screen, please? Thanks. Okay, so I'm not sure if any of you all ever ran into this issue before with your programs. Has anyone lost their iMovie on their computer before? Yeah. Okay, I'm going to show you how to get that. Okay. If you've ever lost your iMovie on your computer, the first thing you got to do, or even your Final Cut, if you purchase it through the App Store, which I'm pretty sure we all did, iMovie is free, and that's the plus of it. Obviously, Final Cut, I believe right now is at $299. Now there are different bundle packs that you can use also, where you can get Logic Pro. I think it's like 5 programs: Logic Pro X, Final Cut, and there's 3 others that I don't use. So you can get that kind of that bundle pack, I think, for $199 also. But I think it's like the educators. Maybe if you're a student or an educator, I got to look that up though. But can you all see my screen right now? Okay, great. So if Final Cut or iMovie just disappears off your computer for whatever reason, okay, this is a way that you can check this. All right, this is the way that you can get it. Go here to the App Store. You click your App Store, okay. And you're going to go down here. We see updates. You can like update some stuff, but it's somewhere in your this your account. Like you click on your name, and it shows the programs that you purchased through the App Store. You see right here where it says open. Like I already have that program, right? And these little things right here, like Zappos, where I have to buy my shoes because my feet are kind of big, so I'd like buy my stuff online. If you ever lose your iMovie or your Final Cut, go to the App Store and you can just click this and it will just download it for you. Okay. Does that make any sense? Okay. And I've lost mine before and I kind of panicked. I said, I got to pay $300 again for it. But then I just went to the App Store and right now it says open, which means I just open and boom, it's right there. Okay. And my iMovie is already downloaded also. Best 9. I don't even know what that is. I'm just leave it there. I don't know what it is. So it's cool. So that's how you get that. Okay. Now, so when you all are importing your videos from your camera or your SD cards or your phone, if you have an Apple computer, which I'm pretty sure most people have, since you all have Final Cut and iMovie, the way that I do it is I actually use AirDrop. Is everyone familiar with AirDrop? How to do AirDrop on your computer? Okay, got a thumbs up here. I got to keep clicking my chat. You got iMovie, not Final Cut. Yeah. Just iMovie, Final Cut. I'm just assuming that you have a Mac. Okay. Yeah. So one way I do it is I just AirDrop things, from my phone. If I record a video on my phone and I need to get it to my computer, I just AirDrop it. Another way you can do it is different programs you can use. Another one's called, does anyone know about iExplorer? Has anyone ever heard of this program before? iExplorer means that you take, the base of your phone, you plug it in here, and you plug in the other parts, your USB, and it will go through all of your pictures and videos, every last one of them. The good news is it does it chronologically. Like you can set the tab, it does it chronologically. You can find the video you're looking for, click it, you can download it to your hard drive, find the folder, and boom, you got your, you can import videos. Okay. All right. So I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to actually start with iMovie. But before I start with iMovie, I'm just going to show you that I do video editing for people around town and myself, obviously. So let's give you like a couple of examples. These 2 things I'm going to show you were done in iMovie. And it's not to say that it can't be done they were done in Final Cut Pro. And it's not to say it can't be done in iMovie, but Final Cut Pro, as you see, has like more bells and whistles, and it's a little bit easier. It's more, I'm not going to say it's easy to learn, but once you learn it, you will see what I'm talking about. And you can add different plugins. You can add all types of sounds to your library. Your library become massive. My library became so massive that my computer crashed yesterday. I'll put it like that. I downloaded every single possible plugin that you can for Final Cut Pro from FCPX Studios. I hope they hear me. And the computer just went, it crashed. So I called Darren. I said, yo, I think we got a problem, but it's cool. So you can download as many as anyway. So let me go ahead and hop on over here to this. So this is a promo video I did for a friend of mine. It's like a great saxophonist, musician, educator, Roderick Paulin. Some of you might know Roderick Paulin. You may have taken lessons from Roderick Paulin. He has like a big, massive saxophone sound. I'm trying to get like that. So I'm going to click this. This is a video I did in Final Cut for Roderick. Let me share my sound. So Different things I used. Obviously, I recorded Roger Paulin and I used lavalier microphone, like a little clip-on microphone, which you all know, and I ran into the computer. So I didn't have to separate that audio, but I took different snippets of people in the room. I've only used one camera for the entire project, and you will see, that everything looks about the same as far as like color scheme goes. And you just do different things, like you can like stack different things on there and show going from this to this. And you also hear at the beginning how the audio is like here. And once someone starts to speak, you may want to bring your audio down. Also, another thing you want to think about is like the pacing of the video. For me, I've learned that if you want to scroll through Instagram and Facebook and it's a black screen, are you more likely to watch that video, or are you more likely to watch the video if it shows someone's face first? Like you have to think about these things. Like if you have a black screen and it slowly fades into it, you might want to consider putting maybe like a face first, then a title, and then a video, okay? But I hope I didn't put the title first. I'm gonna seem like I don't know what I'm talking about. But check this out. This is like a short, like 1 minute video I did, and you'll see how sometimes the pictures will change with the audio also. Like if a beat go bop, 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 you may want to get some pictures go dot, 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 kind of change like this. I didn't use a lot of graphics on this. This is, for the most part, clearly like the video edit part. Okay, here it goes. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Yo, y'all, what's happening? This is Roderick Paulin.
Could everyone hear when the audio dropped in as soon as Roderick starts to talk? So you have to manually do that yourself. You can take a little tap, and I'll show you. Take a little tap, you can like just draw down the audio so that you can hear him, because you don't want the audio to be the same volume as the person speaking, right?
New Orleans, Louisiana, the Reverend. They said I always got something to say. Well, look, what I'm talking about today, I'm talking about the congregation. Yes, not from the church. I'm talking about the congregation. That is my big.
Okay, and all these other like little videos that's popping in, I didn't have to worry about the audio as much. It's mainly the video. And then when you drag and drop these things, you pull down the audio on all of these so that they don't bleed in also, okay?
Man, I'm so excited and elated about getting this project up and going. It features some of the brightest and best musicians from New Orleans and beyond. We doing everything. We want you to just have a good time with us. And again, thank you for the support. Thank you for the love. Hit us up on social media, and we're going to see y'all at the hit later.
Okay, that's the basic gist of it, right? So, pretty clear-cut thing, okay? Then you have the videos, which are a little more involved. It was another video that I did for a harp camp. Y'all know what a harp is, right? Yeah, I didn't know this until recently, few years ago. There's like all different sizes of harps. The harps I see are like the big 7 feet tall harps, that people play, but you got like, they come in all kinds of sizes, double strung, 2-sided, blah, blah, blah. Not that matters. Okay. So I'm going ahead and pop on over here and show you. I'm going to just kind of flip through this harp video here. Go to Harp Festival. Here we go. Okay. So I did put the logo first because this is a camp, okay? But you will see different programs I'm gonna use. This is one of the drawbacks of iMovie that you can kind of get around. It takes a little bit longer, but Final Cut has different grids and different plugins and stuff that you can use. You can just drag and drop, okay? And I'll be quick about this because we gotta move on to the next part about the video editing part, okay?
1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2.
See how it's changing with the pace of it? Everything changes and it starts off simple. This is a grid program right here that I'm using, okay? It's just like, it's drag and drop. This is with Final Cut. If you don't have to drag and drop, there is a way to do it with iMovie. We will get to that, okay? Okay, I'm gonna fast forward here just a pinch. Still changing with the beat, right? So Seth, have you done any grid examples with iMovie before?
Well, I tried doing like a Brady Bunch type kind of grid thing one time, but I just couldn't get it to work, and it was an iMovie. So
Okay. Yeah, we'll get to that. That's it's a trick to it. Okay, so this is the end, and I'll say this. This can be done in iMovie, but it's like a Brady Bunch it's kind of thing. Brady Bunch kind of amped up one more. See all of it coming in same time. Okay, so I spared you all the 3 minutes and 44 seconds. It's kind of a long video, but the thing is, some things I think about pacing all the time. Anytime I'm doing a video, I always think about pacing. If it's just like a promo video for yourself, hey, my name is Seth Collins. I'm gonna, to my YouTube channel, blah blah blah. You don't have to like worry about the pacing as much. But if you're doing like an extensive video as such, then think about the pacing. Think about how things go along with the. When I say pacing, I mean like not starting with all of your your bags of tricks. You just kind of pull back, maybe do here, a little bit here, a little bit here. Then you kind of add on. And what I do is I always map out. I go from beginning to end and I map it out with different things. Okay. Let me check this chat here. Oh, okay. I'm sorry. Will it crash if you have a terabyte of storage? Well, yeah, it depends on it definitely depends on the RAM, and also it depends on your graphics card on your computer. And if your graphics card is not a powerful graphics card, it might crash. This one didn't crash on my computer like once, but the MacBook Pro I bought before, which is the 2009 MacBook Pro, which by the way lasted for 10 years. MacBook Pros and Toyota Camrys, like they just last like forever if you don't like keep dropping them, But just like the unibody aluminum shell on some of those MacBook Pros, when you drop them, which I've dropped them several times, I've seen people drop my MacBook Pro. I've cried a little bit, but MacBook Airs. I'm not as Darian. Do you have a MacBook Air? I'm not sure about MacBook Airs as much, but I think don't they have the unibody aluminum shell MacBook Airs?
Yeah, but the specs aren't really hooked up for editing, so I edit on my PC or on my Hackintosh actually.
Hackintosh. Okay, your Hackintosh. Well, and also Matthew, I wouldn't recommend dropping a MacBook Air or anything for that matter. Yeah. So Cam, I got one of the best that I dropped it off the top of a shelf, even taller than that. And I watched it. It just bounced. And they even have a feature sometimes when you drop them, I think the computer shuts off so it can preserve your hard drive. So if your computer's damaged, you can even like retrieve the hard drive, at least like the old ones. Okay. Okay. So let's go ahead and get into pop open this iMovie here. Okay. I'm going to pretend like, nothing's in here, even though some stuff is. So the first thing you got to do is, you create a new project and you have this create new button. And it's just like this on your phone as well. Okay. So I click create new, click movie, don't click trailer because the trailer gets like this in the world, it gets all like dramatic and stuff, so you don't want to do all that. But just click the movie. You click the movie, boom, it sets it up right there for you. Okay. And that's how you open it. So the first thing I do is import the media, and there are different ways of importing the media. Just if you click import media, it'll open up your hard drive. And I'll go to my desktop, but if you have other devices plugged in, like your camera and all that stuff, it'll show it right here and you can grab it from right there. Okay. So let's say right now I'm going to go to my Scojo file. I'm going to pull in this one movie. I'm going to just click import, select it. You import it. Boom. It's right there. So there are two different ways that you can actually get this on your timeline, what you want to do from there. Okay. And you don't have to get the whole video. You can like crop the video of the part that you want to get in there. So the first thing I do is either you click this plus or you can just drag it down. I just always drag it down. Boop, right there. Drag it down. Okay. All right. Sitting right there. So let's talk about some of these plugins. Not plugins. I'm sorry. These effects over here. Okay. The first effect right here, you got your color balance. You can do auto match color white balance, skin tone balance. And then you have this right here. I'm gonna scooch over here just a pinch. See right here, you can play with that right there. You know, you get your grays, you know, get this area right here, darken over here, play with this color right here, you know, the warmth of it, this. And if you don't like it or you just goofed up, you can always press the reset button. Boom, takes you right back there. Okay. Then right here, you have the fit. Because this is the dimensions like what, like 16:9, just like, you know, like what you see on a television screen, or if you flip your phone landscape, it's already good. So fit. Now you can crop also. And when it crops the dimensions. That's the drawback to Final Cut, by the way, when you import videos. You know, like Instagram, like sometimes you may try to make like a square, or you may try to make it like long ways. Unfortunately, the drawback to iMovie is that you can't do that, but you can like crop it right here. So if I go, sorry, I'm click the movie right here. Click crop. You can crop it. Get my face. Move it around. Boom. And click out of it, you know, and then you're done, okay? So I'm going to click reset. And also you have right here, you got the Ken Burns. I love the Ken Burns. The Ken Burns is like, you know, like it kind of slowly zooms in, or it kind of slowly zooms out. That's the Ken Burns effect. And you can click your start to end point. It already did it for me right here. It got start and it got end, okay? So I can even change it. I can click the end to right here. And it does like over the course of the entire video, unless you tell it not to. But look at this. I'm going to go kind of fast. See how it's kind of zooming in a little bit like this? And the reason for that I use the Ken Burns effect is so that my videos are not just static. They're not boring. They don't just like sit there. It has some movement, you know. Let me click the chat here. Ken Burns equals jazz. Yes, Pef. Good morning, Pef. All right. So, you know, you have the other things right here. You know, you can control the volume. You can also noise, you know, the speed of it. You know, you can hook it up slow-mo. You can reverse it. And, you know, you got your clip. Let me click the chat right here one more time. Ken Burns came to Noka. That's pretty awesome. I never met Ken Burns. I did watch a lot of his stuff. Okay. So this is a video that I did, and I'm going to talk about the different ways that you can do videos also. So if you're doing a video, do you all know how to do voiceover? If you ever see like a really nice video like on YouTube where someone's singing, it has like all this reverb and you don't hear like breathing in and stuff, they edited that audio and they may have not recorded it at the moment. So a thing you can do, which what I do sometimes, I make a lot of mistakes, is I'll record myself playing first, you know, in my microphone or whatnot. I'll grab the audio, I'll pull the audio into like iMovie or, you know, or just have it on my phone and have another camera. Then I'll record myself lip syncing over that. Does that make any sense? Check this out. This is what the lip syncing sounds like. You see me right here reaching for my computer. Watch the light. The light comes on. That's my computer coming on, okay? So this is me lip syncing to an audio that I've already recorded because I just want the video to look, you know, the camera, the microphone right there is pretend. I'm not recording at the moment. You click this. Hear me breathing. That's the audio from the computer itself, the laptop that's kind of beneath me, okay? And what I want to do is I want the final product to end up looking like this. Okay? And you will hear a clear difference in the sound. I'm lip syncing, I'm faking, I'm trying to fool everybody. You all know now. Don't, you know, sorry about that. I had to just let you know. These are like some tips and tricks, okay? So this is what the audio sounds like. This is the edited version of it, okay? Now, let's go back and start from scratch with this, okay? I'm going to pull back up iMovie here. I'm going to start off with just one voice for right now, okay? So we have the video here, which is going to be like the anchor. Unfortunately, with iMovie, you can only have 2 levels. So right here, you can't stack more than a couple of things. I'm sorry, more than one other thing on top. You're going to have 2 things in the timeline at a time. You're going to see what I'm talking about in just a second here. So the first thing I do is this is something called lining up audio, which I'm not sure if you all are familiar with, but you line up the audio. So I'm going to go grab the audio that I put with the video here, okay? So the audio is right here. I can drag the audio into my timeline. It may go right up there first. Okay, cool. It went down. Okay. And I'm going to get out of this. Okay. So I'm going to just take my fingers and you take your if you have a laptop, you take your finger and kind of spread like that, the scroll bar, and you can like widen your timeline like this. Does that make sense? Like you kind of stretch it out because you can like be really kind of nitpick and move things over and see things a little bit better. Look at this audio right here. See like the wavelength and everything. Does it line up with this video right here? No, it does not just yet. Okay. So what you have to do is you got to kind of play around and move the audio to line up the audio. Now, mind you, if you recorded a video straight from your iPhone, then you don't need to do this part because you're good. You know, the audio is already included. Or if you record the camera and use like a lavalier microphone, the audio is already included in that. So what I do is I'll move it on here. Now, mind you, I did miss the first note when I exported this from Logic. I'm not sure why I did it. I'm going to watch Nori's class and maybe Nori can tell me what I did wrong. Can y'all hear it? I'm going to turn this up just a little bit more, okay? Check out, see if they line up. Hear that delay going on right there? Yeah, we don't want that, okay? I'm going to go back. I'm going to grab just the soprano audio, okay? Let me click soprano wave right here. That'd be better. Okay. It's not lining up. So what we have to do is we have to actually manually line it up, okay? Let me try some here, just a second. Okay. Delete this. I'm going to import this. Let me delete this also. Hang on just a second here, y'all. Delete from event. All right. Import media. Desktop Scojo. Awesome. Okay, let's see if this is it. Okay. All right. So this is me lining up. I'm getting closer. Okay, got it. So I'm going to bring the audio from the video down because that's the video that you lip sync with. You don't want that in there, right? So I'm going to bring this all the way down, okay? And you do it right here. Did y'all see that? Just bring it down right here. Now I have the crisp audio from the actual, Logic that I export, okay? So click that. Got that, right? All right, any questions so far about how I got to that point? Okay, what I'm going to do now is I'm going to actually add the sheet music on top of it, okay? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to Sanaa, I'm going to Scojo. I'm going to bring down, y'all see what I'm doing here? I'm actually bringing down the sheet music. I want to put the sheet music online, like it's like if you're giving some sort of tutorial, okay? So I'm going to bring in the sheet music here. Now watch this. See how it's doing that Ken Burns thing? Y'all see that? Yeah, we don't want to do that, right? So we got to do is we got to go to the crop here, okay? Now I'm going to actually click crop to fill. And I'm going to slide this over like this. That's what's going to show up, okay? Got me? All right. And I can click out of that and it should crop the fill here. Yep, here we go. It cropped the fill, okay? Now, because this is on top of it, what's going to happen is what's on top is going to show first. Final Cut, iMovie, I'm not sure about the other programs, but it definitely does it for here. So now what you have to do for iMovie is you have to click something called Picture in Picture, okay? Get the picture in picture right here. Whoop. See that? It puts it right here. I'm going to put it over here. And these little tabs right here, you can actually like make it larger. And a lot of times it just snaps right in place. Okay. Got that right here. So now what I want to do is Do you all see? Let me, so the people in the class and move this over. Now, do you all see this little grayed out part right here? That's the fader. Like you can fade in and fade out. So look up here, and I'm trying to point the screen so y'all can see it, but look in the upper left-hand corner. Watch this slowly. Watch it fade in, boom, it's fading in. Now, Final Cut is a lot easier than this, which I'll show you in a second here. But this, if you don't want it to fade in, you can just move this over and it won't fade in. It just boom. But if you want it to fade in, which I do want it to fade in, you just go like this, okay? So I'm going to go here now. Because the audio starts right here, I don't need this other part of the video. I don't need anything over there, okay? So you can hold Command and press B, which is the blade tool, and it sliced it. Did y'all see that slice right there? All right, now while it's over here, since this part's highlighted with the yellow, click delete, boom, it just pops right on over there, okay? Now let's watch it. Music, the audio. I don't want that. I want to scoot the music over just a little bit. It's kind of snapping here, okay? Now, do you see this tab down here? You can also control like the audio fade in also if you want. Like it can slowly come in or it can start right on it, which I want to start right on. But the video part, I don't want to just to come in like that, okay? I'm going to actually blade this a little bit more, okay? So what you got to do is you can come up here. You have all kinds of things. You have like you can play with the audio. The audio is the stuff that's on your computer, by the way, but check out the titles. See all these titles you have here? And when you scroll, it shows you how the titles are going to look before you actually put the titles on there, okay? I don't want a title just yet. I want to go to, you got backgrounds also. I want to go to something called transitions. You have lots of transitions in here, okay? And transitions mean from the thing you put in front of the transition, you put the transition in front, it's going to fade into that kind of thing. So watch this. I want the cross dissolve. So I'm going to go down here and put it right here, okay? Now watch the screen and cross dissolve. Boop. You see how it's like ease into it. It didn't just go, wow, it's ease into it. And it's all kinds of things you can do, okay? You cannot put the cross dissolves on anything but the video. You can't put the cross dissolve on the audio. You can't put the cross dissolve also on the PDF document right here, okay? So look at this. It's going to fade in. Okay, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to stretch the music. I'm going to bring this in just a pinch. You just take your fingers and you minimize it, okay? Take your fingers, you slide it in. Now I'm going to drag this all the way out, okay? Now let's see the very end of it. Great. Now what I'm going to do is take this, slide it on over here, okay? But I want to like a cross dissolve on out the outro also, which I can do here, okay? Boom. Does anyone have any questions up to this point right here? Tanner, you have a question?
Yeah. Would this be easier if you were using like a keyboard instead of one instrument, like to edit with audio wise?
Yeah, I mean, if now you saying keyboard is in like you like plug directly in.
Yeah.
Well, no, not necessarily, because if you plug a keyboard in, the only way to be easier is if you have an amplifier and you playing the sound out loud, and the microphone that you're using to like, are you talking about like visual, like a video of you playing keyboard also, right?
Yes.
Well, I mean, either way, you're still going to have to line up the audio.
Yep.
Because you're running the keyboard into like, let's say you use like a MIDI program, like you use like a MIDI controller or your keyboard and you're running it into Logic. You still got to export the audio from Logic, which is the green part down here. And you're still going to have your video. So you still have to line it up. It's not necessarily easier or harder. It's just like something that you have to, that you have to do. Now, if you're playing a keyboard and you have a camera on you and you have an amplifier and the amplifier is like playing out loud and your camera microphone is like picking up the audio, then you don't have to worry about that because it's like all the way like embedded, okay? Now, let's say that I wanted to add something else on top. And this is what I was going to get into with Seth for a second here. Seth said he wanted to do like the grids and stuff, but he couldn't do it, okay? What you have to do is, let's say I wanted to add in, I don't know, like this letter of endorsement here, this PDF. You see how it's cutting into that? It won't let me do it. Yeah, it won't let you do it. So what you have to do is you actually have to, is that a bit of a process? You have to export this video. Does it make sense, you all? You cannot have more than 2 things in your timeline to stack and level up. What you have to do is you actually have to export this video, which we're going to do here. So you click this button right here, this export upper right-hand corner, click file, okay? I'm going to name it My Movie 5, and I'm going to save it to my desktop. And you can look up here, and it'll actually show you the progress of it. All right, it's about to kick in just a second here. By the way, the 2009 MacBook Pro did not do it this fast, okay? Okay, it's called My Movie 5. So now what I do is I'm going to get a new project going here, okay? Click New, Movie, okay? I'm going to import media, go to desktop. Hang on just a second. Let me go to the, they do a Scojo. Do y'all see it on here? It's just a second. Okay, here's My Movie 5. I'm just going to drag it in here because I don't see it, by the way. Okay, I'm going to drag My Movie 5 in there. Boom, it's sitting right there. Okay. Now what I can do is then after the movie's in there, after I export it, then you can add stuff on top of it. Okay. Like I can add this letter of endorsement and it's on top. And it doesn't cut in there. It's just sitting like right here. Okay. Does it make sense, everyone? Okay. Okay, cool. Now, if I want to do like, let's say this same process, but I'm using, let's say Final Cut Pro. I'm going to open up Final Cut Pro here. Okay, I'm going to click new. Try a new library here. This is fine. Documents. Okay. What I do is I click new event. I title event, click OK. So I'm under the new event right here. Okay. Then I'm going to go to new project. I call it untitled for now. Okay. You got your untitled project. It's the same process. You can import the media from here, or what you can do is you can drag and drop. Okay. I'm going to actually drag and drop. Go to Scojo, take this first video, drag it in there. Y'all see the audio right here, okay? I'm going to go back. I'm going to take the soprano, drag this in here too, line it up like this. Okay. Let's see if it gets it. Oh, right on it. Awesome. I don't even have to do any work here, okay? But check this out. Final Cut is a little bit easier, a little bit quicker to use. I can just take this and slide this over. You can do it in iMovie also, okay? But with Final Cut, there's no limit to how many things that you can stack on projects. So I can go right in here and I can also get the PDF right here, okay? I can drag and drop that. Boom. The PDF is in there. Okay. Now, here's the different thing. Some people said they have Final Cut in here, okay? Now, the thing you got to do is it's a tool right here for Final Cut Pro. I know I didn't get into the bells and whistles of it because most of you have iMovie. You click this right here, outline it. You click, since it's on top, it's going to be first. You click this tool right here, okay? Now, you can do trim, you can do crop, you can do Kim Burns, okay? Actually, I'm going to undo here. Okay, I'm going to click the trim button. I'm going to just bring it up here, trim it, and move it down. And I'm going to move it over here. Well, I guess I click done. Click this. And I'm going to go back. I'm actually going to scroll my thing down and click transform, okay? And if any of this is going like too fast, you can always go back and catch the YouTube, you know, just bookmark where you are, go back and catch it, okay? Now, the beauty of this is that, look at that. I can stretch it out, do all kinds of things with it, right? So now if I want to fade into all of this, it's a little bit easier to do it here. Do you all see over here? You have installed transitions. You also have something called installed effects. You go to install transitions. The transitions here work for all of these. I can put the transitions on this one. I can put the transitions on the video. I can also put the transitions on the audio. So the video, audio, and the PDF, it all works. You can fade into all of this, okay? New cross dissolve at the beginning of the video. Here we go. Now watch this. Fade in, fade in. Did y'all hear the audio kind of fade in there a little bit also? that's the benefit of Final Cut Pro, that you can stack as many things you want to stack. Okay. So let me go to this project right here. Okay, can you all see how many videos are stacked on this thing right here? It's quite a few videos, right? And if you look at this one right here, I think this is maybe the project. Let me go up a little bit. Okay, can y'all see that right there? See how many things are stacked in these videos? That's one of the benefits of Final Cut that you won't have in iMovie, okay? But first things first, what we're gonna do is I'm gonna go back over here to iMovie, okay? Do y'all see the project we just did right here in class? Just to be simple for today, the first thing I want you all to do is I'm going to export this video and I'm going to upload it to YouTube. I put all the tools in my class folder. I want you all to try to recreate this video down here in this timeline. Okay, does that make sense? All right, I want you all to try to recreate the video exactly like I did it here. Okay, and if you have any questions, you can always come back to this YouTube tutorial and it'll tell you how to, do what we just did. Okay. Now, Wednesday, everybody's like, we got class tomorrow. No, on Wednesday, we're going to get into what me and Seth were kind of talking about, okay? Like you have the multiple grids. Remember the heart video I showed you all? Like you have the 9 grids and the 4 grids, and also a few special effects that's not embedded in the program, like disappearing. Like if you're sitting here, like how do you have, like, let's say an apple appear and apple disappear? Or how do you have 2 of yourself in the same screen? If you want to play like guitar and like you sing, you want the same person, same video, like in the same shot. Does it make sense? Like if I'm sitting here and like another Scott's sitting right here, like how do you do that? And we'll talk about that because sometimes you'll shoot at different parts of the day. Like the sun is shining here and I may record this part. And let's say that the sun's going down or it's getting brighter, it's coming up. And I put it here and you can see like a clear line straight down the middle. We're going to talk about how to get rid of that line and we can get into all that. Okay. Any questions thus far into this part right here? Got to check the chat here. Is the chat clear? I can't see the chat from my. Okay, good. The chat's clear. All right. I don't want to hold you all long. I think some of you all have Mr. Norrie's class with the sound editing, which I'm going to also log into to check out so I can catch the mistake I made on the front end of this part right here, okay? I'm not sure if the admins want to chime in for right now, but so just to be clear about the assignment, you're going to have the video is in there also, okay? The audio's in there and this PDF is in here. So I want you all to try to recreate this as close as you can. And if you want to put a title on it, by all means, go for it. You can put a title. The name of the tune is called Number 10, as you can see. You can put a title down there. I didn't put the title in because the title is like on the PDF itself, okay? All right, and I'm going to upload that video into YouTube, and I'll email you all the link, hopefully in the next 2 or 3 hours, okay? Okay.
All right, everybody. Hey, Scott, can you stop sharing your screen for a second?
Yeah.
Cool, y'all. So what I did